Hi, I'm Bruce Justina with SEASOFT SCUBA, and here's everything you need to know about SEASOFT's Absi-lube silicone spray. Now, I'm excited about telling you about this, and matter of fact, you probably think I'm crazy, but I've been spending hours of research before I filmed this, and there's some crazy things I found about silicone spray, because even myself, I thought they were kind of all the same till I was educated about it, and I'm going to teach you what you should know. And here's what it is. You're going to be surprised, but most of the silicone sprays out there are mixed with a ton of water. That's right, mixed with water. And if you spray them on, you can actually feel the water because it'll actually bead up and kind of separate. And when you spray it on your gear, you'll see it separate. And here's how you can prove it yourself. Go to Amazon.com or go to some of the other websites where they sell this cheap stuff, and you'll actually see people complain that their gear rusted. Yeah, they sprayed silicone spray on it, and their gear rusted from the water that was in it. We don't do that. We don't put any water in ours. There's no water in ours. It's a different type of liquid that we put in here, but there's no water in it, and it works in a totally different way, and I'm going to tell you now what it does. What you really want silicone spray to do, and why most people buy it, is because silicone spray displaces water. You want to spray it so that it protects from water. Let me give you an example. I've got this BC here. If I take this, and here's one of the things I want to do with it. I want to protect my inflator assembly. So I take this off, and to protect it, I look inside here, and I can see that there's a stainless steel spring that wraps around the top right there. Now, I want to protect that. And so what I do is every few dives, I take silicone spray and I spray it inside, and I coat that stainless steel spring so that it displaces water. That water can get in there now, but it doesn't matter because that silicone spray is going to coat that spring and protect it. And there's a line runs all the way down to the end here, and I can do this. I can take the top off here. Now, when you take these apart, if you do, make sure you memorize or remember how to put it back together. I've got experience doing this, so I know how to do that. But you can see that stainless steel spring right there, and I want to spray that and protect it. So I can do that like so. Put it back together. Now, if you're not comfortable doing that, you can always take it to your dive store and have them service it for you, but it's pretty easy to do. I also want to protect the whole housing. Well, why do I want to protect the housing? Well, here's why. We're the only silicone spray I'm aware of that has UV protection from the sun added to the silicone spray. Well, how do we do that? Because we buy our silicone spray from the same company that sells it to NASA. We use a really high-end silicone spray, so it's got UV protection in it too. So I'm going to coat the whole thing. I've now got UV protection. I've got a coating on there. It's going to displace all the water. This is rubber down here. I want to protect that. So I give that a quick coat. Wipe it down. I can take the other end. Do the same thing there. I spray it right in there because it's non-toxic, food grade. I don't have to worry about it if I get any on my mouth. So I wipe that down. I do the button a couple times, so I work some silicone into that button, both of them. Work that a little bit. And now I have done a beautiful thing to give myself long-term protection for my inflator hose. I can also do the same thing with my overpressure valve. I can take that off and treat that myself too. I want to protect my gear. That's one of the things I want to do. Well, what are some of the other things you can do? Well, let's say I want my fin to slide on and off really easy. Well, I can take my spray it on my boot, even if it gets wet. Remember, it displaces water, right? So even though it displaces some water, I can put my fin on in the water, and it's not going to wash off, and I can slide my boot on and off really easy, so I'm not struggling to put my fins on in the water. I can spray it on the fin, or I can spray it on the boot, either one. One of the other things to do is a dry suit boot. Now, look at that, how kind of dull that is. I want to protect it over a long period of time. So I spray a little bit on there. Watch the difference of what it makes when I give it and you don't have to do this very often. All of a sudden I have a boot that's shiny, pretty, but protected. Nicely protected. So, why is it important to do all this stuff? Because it's important to get the right tool for the job. You can buy way cheaper, I'm telling you can buy way cheaper silicone spray. But the problem with that is that you're going to get something that doesn't do the job. It's designed for people that are looking for the cheapest price. But you're not going to get what you're looking for. It's like you could buy cheap tires, but if they had holes in them, it wouldn't do you much good, would it? But boy, you got cheap tires, but they got holes in them. They didn't do you very much good. You want something that's going to do the job. And SEASOFT's Absi-lube silicone spray will do the best job for all your gear, no matter what situation you're in. And by the way, around the house, everything you can imagine around your house, whether it's a squeaky door or no matter what you use a lubricant for, or anything. You need a dry lubricant or something that displaces water. This is a product for you. I'm excited that we have the best product in the category. I hope you'll try it and you'll find it to be true, what I'm telling you, because I've been using it for a while, and everything I've showed you, I've proven to be true in my own case, and I'm proud of it. So there's what you need to know about SEASOFT's Absi-lube silicone spray. Safe dive into you.